Are we on now?
We're probably on. I don't know if they can hear our music, but we're listening to music.
We can hear it.
At least we got one.
That's right. Welcome everyone to the Press Start Radio Show. My name is Xander. This is Will.
Hey.
This is Andy.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome
Hi.
back.
We're all back together.
Beautiful edition. We're all back on the mic once again. It's hard to come by these days, but we're making it happen.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about some video games, some entertainment, some TV shows, some movies, whatever we got cooking this week. I know I've been watching some great stuff. Of course, I'll always talk about Survivor if you guys will let me. I'm behind the times, but I'm catching up.
Still, what season are they on?
I was just saying, how many have there been?
They're currently airing season 49.
Good.
Wow.
Or no, they're
Lord.
filming season 49. They're airing season 48, and I'm on
Wow.
season like 32.
That's getting as bad as American
So I'm
Idol.
like 12 years behind technically because they do 2 seasons a year.
Does
You're
it
not
matter if
literally
you're
on
12?
season 32.
I'm no. No, I'm not a cast member of season 32.
That'd be cool, man.
No,
That
I
would be really
applied. I
cool.
applied to be on season 49. So
Oh, cool.
but that it didn't
Clearly didn't make
We'll
it.
keep applying.
They're currently. I will
Currently.
apply until I die. Now that
That's
I know
awesome.
about Survivor.
Do you have to do certain things to, like, how does the applicant, you just
How do you survive?
apply online?
Yeah, it's a video. It's a 3-minute video that
Oh.
you submit, and then
Okay.
if they like your video, then they'll bring you in for interviews and all sorts of other stuff.
Kinda
Is it
like the
same thing as
real world.
Like Naked and Afraid? Wasn't that, that's not the same thing.
Don't
right?
go on that shit.
Naked and Afraid and Survivor are not
I
the
won't
same thing at
watch.
all. I'm not going to go on Naked and Afraid.
So what's Survivor? What do you
Survivor is anywhere from 18 to 20 people that go to a island or beach area, and you go through a series of challenges to try and gain immunity. And if you don't get immunity, then you're at risk of being voted out.
So it's not like actual surviving.
I mean, yeah, it is and it isn't. You get pretty much getting starved.
Yeah.
There's not a bountiful
Well-
amount of food. They'll give you like fishing gear and some coconuts that you can find.
At least
on-
they'll make it
that's
look
about
that way.
Oh, that.
right. One of Will's 3 hates is coconuts.
So
I don't like
so
them.
you're still competing against organized. This is organized.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's an organized show. It's not just like they have hidden cameras on an island and you
And
just
they
go.
just fly. They drop
Yeah.
you off.
Right.
You got to survive for a week.
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
You'll meet up with Jeff Probst, the host, every now and then, do some challenges. And,
Okay.
I was going to ask if he was still the host.
Oh yeah, I don't think that he will ever do a different job.
Why? Why would he? If you-
Why would
49
you,
seasons,
right?
right?
You
yeah.
have the golden goose.
Exactly.
Um,
I've never gotten into Survivor either. Well, I'm not big. I don't know anything about it either. So
I didn't think I would until I watched I watched like season 7. I looked up like one of the top seasons, right? And that
Yeah.
one popped up and I was like, oh, that's early enough on that I can, it won't be too archaic, but it'll be a good experience. And so I watched that and then, whew, look out. I've watched
We're-
just about everyone since.
This is the Press Start Radio Show, by the way, which we're apparently talking about Survivor. We're going to keep on surviving.
I did say if you'll let me, I'll talk about it, but I know that it's a show that...
You're a survivor. You're not going to give up.
That's right.
he'll make it.
You'll keep on surviving.
Yep.
It's a song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The children of destiny.
I'm a survivor. Wait, we don't want to get copyright stricken.
Is that the theme?
No.
It should be the theme song. Isn't that the theme song? Oh my gosh. Failed
Goodness,
opportunity.
No.
You should recommend that season 50.
No, they go a bit more tribal.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it doesn't make sense. The song is literally called Survivor.
They missed a golden opportunity right there for sure.
Yeah.
Well, they've got Eye of the Tiger by Survivor.
I was just going to say the same thing.
That would
You
work.
literally read it out. All right. Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So
I will vote for you if I'm allowed to vote for you.
no.
being a cast
Getting
member.
votes is bad. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like if you were on the
To-
island,
You
and
don't
you're
want to
voting
get
for
voted
me,
off.
then
I do know that.
No,
yeah.
I want to vote you to be on the show.
Right. I don't know if they have too many of those opportunities, but
Just let them know you got reference.
okay, I got references. From Will of the Press Start Radio Show to get on Survivor.
So what did you have a chance? So you went to a competition. Let's talk a
Yeah.
little. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about that next segment.
You got it.
I will share one thing as an accomplishment because I just want to tell people want to know about this accomplishment.
Sure.
I was playing zombies, and
What zombies? Call of Duty
Call of
zombies?
Duty
Yeah,
zombies. Black Ops 6, and there's a little directed mode that you can. It's like a story, but it just tells you the next thing to do to get through
Okay.
the thing.
I like
And-
how they walk you through that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And so I started. I made it's the Citadel Day something. And you get to the end, you go through the game, you go 15 levels, you go through all the stuff. You can literally have all of your stuff. You're like, okay, I'm good. And then you get to the boss. And then all of a sudden, this boss is like Dark Souls, Elden Ring hard that just pops up. And you're like, why is this guy here? He can one-shot you. He like literally, it took me a while, but I finally beat him. And my kids were so happy. They gave me a high five, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." And it's been a long time since I had a cool gaming experience like that. So they
I
were
love that.
very happy, and I was like, "Yeah, got them." You know, it was cool.
So I guess they're not afraid of zombies as kids.
No, they just were happy that I was happy. I
That's
think.
good. That's just like in the other room. You're like, yeah.
Hey, zombies can be tough on Black Ops Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the new one's good though. I gotta say, it's a good installment. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. They've added some new stuff and features, so hopefully they'll another what's it called? Not an update, but a
Like DLC?
DLC
Yeah,
will
yeah.
come along and put some new maps and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Mhm.
For sure. Hey, man, I love that. I can't wait for the first moment that Wilder comes up and high fives me after I did something cool.
Yeah,
Even if it's not video game related, like, hey, you just threw the ball up in the air and caught it.
yeah.
High five.
So which game can we play? We played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a ton of fun with my son and I.
Yeah.
And that he had a good. Anything we can do together is good. All right, thanks for this episode first. We'll be back. Wow, it was good timing.
I looked away from the screen and everything.
I turned my back once.
I'm on
Functioning on all cylinders
on it,
right now.
baby.
This is great.
Welcome back to the Press Start Radio Show. My name is Xander. Will is playing with our soundboard, which is down at our feet right now. And
That's the one I was looking for.
wow. This is
It's-
Will,
Wow.
and this is Andy.
Hey,
Hey, welcome
Make
back
my
to
own
the
sound
Press Start
effects.
Radio Show. We talk about video games and things. Will wanted to save something that I've been doing recently until this segment. I want to talk about Shenandoah University. We've been our esports program. We just went down to Myrtle Beach and hosted Boost on the Beach, which is a collegiate invitational Rocket League tournament.
Before you go there,
Yeah,
you should tell people about the awards
yeah.
that you went to prior to that.
Okay, the Scholastic Esports Award.
So there's the so esports
this
is
just
a big deal.
bragging corner. Is that what this
wanted
is?
man.
Have you heard of esports?
Yeah.
That's good.
that is good.
So
Yeah.
people's definition of esports has dramatically changed over the years, and it's sort of for good reasons. Sort of been defined more and more in the last few years, and we've had a professional league that started and went away. I guess
What
with the
professional
Overwatch.
league are you talking? Okay, yeah.
So
But a couple. You talk about like Major League Gaming.
but
you talk
that one,
about
was Major League Gaming. Gosh, that was
the cyber athlete games. Like,
man.
there's a lot that you could go.
It's a
that
lot.
started and ended.
I felt like Overwatch was the start of what could have been like we see esports reporting on ESPN. Or you turn on the TV, you're scrolling through the channels, and there's an NBA game, there's an NHL game, and then there's an esports game happening. Like I felt like that's where it was going. It'll probably eventually get there. I would imagine.
We'll
And
see.
it might be a slower go, but maybe that game sort of started to push that envelope in that direction.
Yeah.
But there is a scene there on the professional level, and of course, there's a scene on the collegiate level, and there's a scene at the
Collegiate.
collegiate
This
level.
happens every single time you say that
Collegiate.
word.
It's collegiate.
Why?
It's just collegiate level, and there's also a scene at the high school level. So in Virginia, it's the
Right.
VHSL,
Right.
and so it starts young. A lot of kids play games in the early, but they can really get into organized gaming, competitive gaming,
Mm-hmm.
and now there's varsity teams in high school, right?
Yeah.
So instead of the chess club,
Very cool.
You join
You
an
go to-
esports
yeah.
team.
and then you can carry that pretty far. So it's if you're not aware, it is a big deal. Shenandoah University in Winchester, Virginia, has a great program, and so the Scholastic Esports sort of awards took place, and these are how many different? All the colleges?
It's, it's as many that are nominated through their esports programs or
At this
otherwise.
point, ballpark, how many colleges would you say have an esports program?
Minimum team like competition, probably 800 to 1,000. Yeah.
So that it's come a long way. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
cool.
see it continuing to grow. So with that being said, can you tell us some of the awards that Shenandoah won at the Scholastic Esports Awards?
Yeah, so we were nominated for a bunch of different awards: Educator of the Year, Production Team of the Year, Program of the Year, Director of the Year, and we were lucky enough to come away with Educator of the Year that I actually won, Director of the Year, and Program of the Year across all
So,
colleges.
Educator of the Year in esports out of all that's a pretty big deal.
It's a pretty big deal. It's sitting right behind my desk, and I stare at it fondly.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
You should.
I'm
That's
very
a
lucky.
proud
I'm
moment.
very
man.
lucky.
Dude, that's
Congratulations.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then right after that, Xander and the team here at Shenandoah went down to Myrtle for a competition. So I wanted him to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So as I was saying, we had a Rocket League Invitational for collegiate teams. We brought 11 to 12 teams down to Myrtle Beach, working with the tourism board down there, getting beds and heads and hosting this really great tournament where we're basically hosting a tournament in a restaurant that doesn't close for business. They have all their tables still going, and about every hour on the hour, they just have like dancing on tables and music and all sorts of
Oh,
crazy.
I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah,
Hangout.
it's called the Hangout. Exactly.
I'm very familiar with Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
I know
And
exactly what
so
you're talking
this place, this is a third year running this tournament down there, and between Shenandoah, Syracuse, Coastal Carolina, a couple other schools that have and esports organizations in the area.
Shout out to Syracuse.
We threw this amazing tournament for the third year in a row, and it was just as ridiculous as it always has been, and it was so fun, and everybody had a great time. And
That's
just
cool.
trying to get students experience working in the industry and getting reps running events and
Yeah.
things like that.
Wow. And so that's another thing. So I always use this as an example of people say, well, what kind of degree do you get if you get a degree in esports? Because you can get a degree in esports. I'm just very surface level. I have to believe that a lot of people still don't know that.
Yeah.
But if you walked into the business school, there was a board. It was like on a what are those things called that hold boards?
Yeah, we got like an
Stand.
easel.
An easel.
Yeah.
What this is on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Easel. What a great word.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So on the easel, there's a board that shows you all the different industries that are out there for gaming. And it really is impressive. Andy, I'm telling you, there's I couldn't even over 50. I mean, there was a bunch. I took a picture of it. I was so impressed.
Hitmarker sent us that nice graphic of all the different games or jobs in the industry, both in game creation and esports. And
meaning
it's really
you can
cool.
take your then degree and go out into the workforce and have a productive and good career in the industry. So we should talk more about this. Is good conversation. I think.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back after the break.
I'm even more impressed. That's pretty good.
Get it with my foot.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Wow.
I'm just ready to, do some sound more with my feet. It's pretty good.
We like Geddy Lee.
What?
What? Oh man.
I'm sorry, you guys have been in radio longer than me. Shut up, Will. This is the Press On Radio Show. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Xander. This is Will. This is Andy.
We're still speechless that you don't know who Geddy Lee is.
Oh, and so
Any relation to Getty Images?
no.
No.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you know who Neil Peart is?
No.
What?
Do you know who Alex Lifeson is?
Oh.
They're part of a band.
Guys, I'm sorry.
You've heard of Rush.
I've heard of Rush.
Those are the members of
The
Rush.
members of Rush. At least he knows who Rush
By
is.
far my favorite band of all time. Geddy Lee sings, plays keyboard, and uses his foot pedals all at the same time during songs, and it's pretty impressive. So
That is impressive.
I would not venture too far and say that you were as talented as he is, but that was still pretty good.
Who's the one-armed drummer? Was that Whitesnake?
That's Def
That was
Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Yeah, no, he's good too. Rick
I forget his name.
Roll.
Rick Roll.
I'm just kidding.
It's not Rick Roll.
Hear the music.
You need
No.
that on the soundboard.
That's driving me crazy. He actually came to the elementary school.
The elementary school.
My son's elementary.
Oh boy,
There it is.
quality content. While
Rick
he's
Allen.
Rick Allen. I had it right. It was Rick
Yep.
Allen, not Rick Roll.
Rick Roll.
oh boy.
I don't know what we were talking about. Oh yeah. So collegiate esports is
This is Rick rolling.
now collegiate esports is really gone bonkers, and yeah, Shenandoah does have a spectacular program, and it's due in part to the great people who are running it. So it is very cool to see. And so, yeah, I think, if you're going to a university or even, like I said, high school, my thing has always been the same, is like you can meet kids where they're at. They can get involved in something that wasn't available to them that they know of, and it appeals to now a larger audience that they might not have gone out for anything, and now they do.
Yeah.
It's enough to motivate them to take action. And now they end up with a degree because they somehow got looped into it, and it further, this is what it's all about. And I think it's just a really awesome thing. So
Yeah,
Agreed.
finding a home for people that grew up playing video games like myself and looking for direction in life and want to work in the industry in some way. Just helping them realize that there's way more than just being one of the players on stage. There's so many jobs happening at an event or otherwise that go on behind the scenes that you can make a career out of.
So think about it. If you're going to an event, it's not just the players, right? Somebody had to set up the equipment. Somebody is commentating on what you're seeing. Somebody had to set up the video so you could see it.
Mm-hmm.
So the production, the videography, the broadcasting, the everything. There's talent there, and if it's done right. And so, yeah, there's just lots of different parts that go into putting on something like that. And it's really cool to see. So.
And we're not rickrolling you.
Yeah.
I now kind of want to see Rick Roll as the drummer of Def Leppard.
Yeah, right.
He's never going to give up, though. He's got one arm. Rick Allen is never going to give up. All right, I'm going too far.
I just want to say thank you, Will, for the shout out. I think we're doing a lot of really cool stuff over here, and just getting in front of people and finding opportunities for students is what it's all about.
Yeah. So, are you familiar at all with like collegiate esports, Andy?
No, not collegiate. I've just heard of it before, and I didn't know too much about it. So I mean, just listening to you guys,
So again, there's an arena. We're in the arena, actually, sort of,
or at least the entryway to it.
Yeah.
So there's you can't see it right now, but maybe we'll do something next episode or something. But there's actually a competitive space behind us. It's super cool. It's laid out nice. Behind that, there's a business school where classes. So there's a whole curriculum around this, so you can get a degree. And yeah, they've got a varsity team as well. And so yeah, no, it's really neat. Just a lot different than when I went to school, anyway.
Yeah, and if you're confused or think this is a green screen, I'm gonna take my sunglasses and see if
It's
Yeah.
not.
I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if they disappeared, but
That's
Gotta
got to be
be.
cool though, because like you said, Xander, kids that are into video games, or even like, well, I guess when you're in college, young adults still into the video game, you don't know what you want to do. You see, there's this much to go along with it. That's just going to convince them to go to college too.
boy, in a
Oh,
audio.
okay, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Oh, it's the door. I was like, that looks like a logo. I mean, okay, it's the
So-
door. Gotcha.
Can't see.
Which is really good for the radio.
I
Thanks,
try.
Dan.
You know, well, yeah. Sorry, I do. I tend to do that. It's like when we had that podcast where I made everybody eat Skittles because there was this whole argument that you couldn't taste the different flavors. And I was like, I disagree. You can't taste the different flavors of Skittles. No, you can't. They're all the same. And that spawned this whole podcast where I blindfolded everybody and I divided up a bunch of Skittles and gave them all Skittles. And all of a sudden you're not going to hear me, but maybe you if you can see me, you can see me. But anyway, it was like this. Okay, here's the first one. And there's like complete silence for like a minute. And everybody that went on for like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, here's the second one. And it's just it was like, that one's great. You know,
high quality audio content.
Yeah.
it's the worst.
Gotta love it.
Just the sound of people eating Skittles. This is Best Start Radio, folks. We'll be back next week.